Hi guys, it's me Terry of the Yarnjoy podcast. I was tagged by Carrie of the Happy Crafty Homemaker in the tag that's going around called Tag You're It, Let's Talk Crochet Hooks. And I'm looking down here at my notes so then I'll get it all right. Okay, so it's 10 questions about crochet hooks and what our favorite crochet hooks are and how we hold them and different things. So let's dive right in and I'll answer these 10 questions. Okay, so number one is, what is your favorite brand of crochet hook? Okay, so I would say, because I've got all kinds of crochet hooks, all different brands, and I believe that my favorite brand of crochet hook are the Tulip brand hooks, okay? And I just really like the way they feel, and I'm just gonna leave it at that is my favorite brand of hooks, okay? Let's go on. It says, what is your favorite hook size? Well, it depends on what I'm doing, because for amigurumis, like many of the others that have talked about what they like to use, I like to use an F hook like Ella does. I've even been getting to where I'll use an E hook as well. And let me translate that to numbers. An F hook is a 3.75 millimeter hook and an E hook is a 3.5 millimeter hook. So that's my favorite hook sizes for amigurumis, okay? For backpack buddies that I have made several of, I don't have anything in, I don't have one in reach right now, but anyway, I like to use 3.0 millimeter hooks. Sometimes I will use 2.5 millimeter hooks if I'm really trying to get the item small. But then of course for blankets and other larger projects, I like to use either a J hook, which is a 5 millimeter hook, a 6 millimeter hook, or an I hook, like this one is an I hook, that's 5.5 millimeter hook. So really I use them multiple of sizes, I guess. I have several favorites depending on the project that I'm doing, that I'm making. Okay, so number 3 is, do you prefer a tapered or inline hooks? Okay, so inline hook is more like the Susan Bates. In fact, I have a Susan Bates here, if you can see that. See, it has a flat edge right there. See that flat edge? That's an inline hook. The tapered hooks are usually more like the Boy brand hooks. I don't have one. A lot of the other just off-brand hooks are that way too. They're more of a tapered edge. It's not quite as a drastic slope, I guess you'd say, that the Susan Bates has. This is how I have my hooks. My husband made this for me, and now this is of course not all of my hooks. This is just some of them. I have more, I have some in projects. I have some at my desk where my desktop computer setup is, and so I've got them everywhere. But anyway, I would say that I don't really prefer one hook over the other as far as the end, if it's tapered or inline. To me, it's more important as far as what it feels in my hand as far as the grip goes, okay? And that's one reason I really like the Tulip hooks, because it just feels good in my hand, okay? Let's go on to number 4. How do you grip your hook? Pencil grip or knife grip? Definitely a knife grip. And in fact, there's an indentation on this hook, okay? And normally I guess that would be like where you put your thumb, but I noticed that when I crochet, a lot of times my thumb will be up here on the throat, I guess, of the hook, instead of down here where the grip is. I think I tend to be a very tight crocheter, and I guess that's why I really hold on to that hook like that. But anyway, knife hook, definitely. Okay, number 5, does the style of hook dictate how you crochet? The style of hook, I really don't think so. The weight Is that style? I don't know. But I know if I have a hook, like if I'm using, like, see, this is a really big hook. This is a 8mm hook. I don't know what letter equivalent that is. An L maybe. But anyway, I don't like to use these big hooks very often because they're heavy. Now, I do know that the Clover hooks, Clover Amours, the bigger size hooks are plastic, this part, so that probably would work well because they're not heavy. But I do know if I use a jumbo hook like this one, I made a pocket shawl with one of these, that dictates how I work with how I crochet, because of the fact that it's heavy and my hand gets tired quicker if I have a heavy hook. So I don't normally go up that big of a hook size just because they're heavy and chunky, bulky or whatever. So I guess I would say the weight of the hook maybe dictates how I crochet, not really the style. If I'm answering that right. Okay, number 6, do you prefer ergonomic hooks or regular hooks? Now, I've got regular hooks, like, see, here's an aluminum hook. I started out with the aluminum hooks. That's the only one I have here within reach, except for I have, let's see, I have some that I put these squishy covers on, and this is an aluminum hook. In fact, I think this actually is a boy hook, yeah. But no, I definitely prefer ergonomic hooks. I've mentioned this before, but a few years ago, I took a fall and I broke a couple of bones in my hand, in my hooking hand, and so that really change the way my grip is. My grip is not as strong as it used to be, and so I will use just about any brand of any brand of hook, as long as it has the ergonomic squishy, handles. I can't stand working with hooks that have hard handles. Like I even tried making, let's see, I have one right here, the polymer clay. People were making polymer clay handles. Oh, so that's my drawer clanking. Anyway, I tried making some, like here's one that I made, and this one was actually a Susan Bates F hook, and I tried making that, but I made a couple of them, polymer clay hooks, but they're just hard, and my hands get tired, and so I really enjoy the ones with the more cushioned grips. So definitely ergonomic over regular. Okay, let's see. Number 7, what are your thoughts on light-up hooks? Well, I've only got one. I did have a set I did have a set of interchangeable, which is another one of the, I think another one of the, is it? Yes, it's another one of, this is the next question, but I'll do that in a minute. So I have one of the regular light-up hooks, okay, and I do not like him. For one reason is the handle, okay, is real flat, okay, very flat. I don't like it. It has this rubber thing right here, like a grip, and which would be good. It's a good addition to the handle, but I don't put my thumb there. Like I was saying before, a lot of times I have my thumb way up here on the top, toward the head of the hook, I guess you'd say. And so that grip is not really beneficial to me. Now, as far as a light up feature, let's see, I think this still works. I've had it for a long time. Yeah, it's probably getting dim though, because I've had it a long time. But I did not care for it. I thought, oh, it'd be good with black yarn or navy yarn, to light up so you can see what you're doing. I don't ever crochet in the dark, so, but it doesn't work for me, because that light to me is distracting. I'd have the light on and I'd be more like staring at the light instead of my work, and so the light up hooks just didn't work for me. So I used it. This is an H, which is 5mm. I had to look. I only use this if I don't want to, if it's within reach and I don't want to get up and I need an H hook, or all my H hooks are busy somewhere in projects. So I only use it like last resort. So anyway, on to the next question. Number 8 is, have you ever used a hook with interchangeable heads? And if so, what are your thoughts? Okay, so I bought a set. I had some Christmas money. Bought a set of interchangeable light up hooks that didn't have batteries in them. They were USB, rechargeable, and so and they were light up hooks, like I said. Well, I ended up giving them in a giveaway because I just didn't want to. I didn't ever use them, and same feature as far as the light up part. It just distracted me from working on the project. It was like I was like oh, what do you say? I was trying to be funny, like a bug or something, and a moth to a light, and I'm like, oh, look at the pretty light, instead of not pretty light, but I'm like staring at the light instead of working on my work. Isn't that weird? But anyway, no. They don't work well for me. So now, but the question is about the interchangeable heads. Now, so I had that set, and I ended up giving it in a giveaway because I thought it was a very nice set, and I used it like once, and I decided that it wasn't for me, okay? I did have another set I got off of some website that had a lot of stuff on clearance, and I can't remember the brand of it, but it was in this purple case, and it had interchangeable heads, and then it also had even one of the heads that you put on that was knitting loom hook. It was a nice, cute little set, but I never use it. The way the hooks snapped in, the heads snapped in, it just didn't work well for me, and so I ended up putting it in a crochet carousel thing that I was in. But so anyway, no, interchangeable, I'm not that impressed with the interchangeable hooks. I would just rather have the single hooks. It works well for me. Okay, so number 9 says, do you like projects that require small stainless steel hooks or larger hooks? Okay, so like I said, as far as hook size, I'm kind of middle of the road girl. I like, my favorites are like 3.5 millimeter or an E, up to probably a J is the largest hook that I like using, which is a 6 millimeter. Besides, after that, they get too big and heavy for me to use. I don't really care for them. And then, of course, the tiny ones, I have used 2.5 millimeters on like some backpack buddies, but it's getting pretty small. Now, I do have a collection of stainless steel hooks, if you can see these. Okay, some of these even actually belong to my grandmother because she crocheted and she would make doilies. That's the main thing she used to make. She taught herself years and years before I was born. But anyway, so in fact, I do have a few of her doilies that she made. So I have these, and I have used them in the past. I have quite a bit of crochet thread, and I will use it. I will use them, but if I do, like the gingerbread, it's not over there. I don't know where it's at. Oh, no, it's down in my Christmas stuff. Anyway, the gingerbread house ornament that I made, I used crochet thread, and I had to use a stainless steel hook, which I think it was a 7. It said number 7 on there. I don't know what the millimeter is. Little. Anyway, I'm looking here. Some of them have numbers and some of them don't. Probably a 1.75 or something. I'm not sure. Anyway, but I don't like to use them unless it's just something that it's not going to take me very long to put together, small, quick projects, because again, because of my hand, this little skinny stuff, it really is difficult for me to hang on to for a long time. My hand kind of cramps. And now I did buy a set. I don't even know the brand. It's some off-brand set, I think. I don't think they're Clovers, because the Clovers have the letter equivalent on there. I do have some Clovers, Amours, just a few. I don't have a whole set of them. But anyway, I bought a few hooks that have the ergonomic handles that are equivalent to those small stainless steel hooks. Like, ooh, this is This is a 0.5 millimeter, like I could ever use that. That'd be like crocheting with hair or something. Can't even see the hook. But anyway, I do have some that are small, 2.25. I don't think I've ever used them though. It's a 2. I've used that one. Anyway, I'm all that tangent to say that I like the mid-range hooks, like from 3.5 up to 6. Okay. Okay, let's go on. Now number 10, this is the last question, and it is, if you were only allowed to use 2 hooks for the rest of your life, what size and brand would they be? And that is easy. I'm going to go with what Kim of the Crafty Nomad answered, and she said an F hook and an I hook. That sounds good, I think. That middle, you know, that's 2 good sized hooks that you could make just about anything with. So I'll go with that. And of course, my brand, I definitely would be, it would be the Tulip. In fact, I need to get some more of these. I don't have a full set. I have F up to J, J. Yeah. Well, that's pretty much the ones I use anyway, so I guess I'm set. But anyway, a Tulip, which would be the ones I would pick if I could only pick one brand. Okay, so I think that is it. So thank you so much, Carrie, for tagging me. And I think just about everybody has done this tag, but I did want to tag Lisa of Happy to Hook Creations. I'd love to hear your thoughts on that. Oh, and Seta of Seta's Place. Tag, you're it. And if anybody wants to do this crochet hook tag that hasn't done it already, feel free to do so. I'd love to hear your answers. So thanks again for watching, and we will see you in the next video. Bye.